Here at the Gamecock Pantry, students are able to come in every month and get a variety of groceries that they may need. Every student gets 40 points at the beginning of every month. Each item in the pantry costs 1 point. So students are able to come and get bread, yogurt, green beans, and even sweet peas. With their badges pinned and boots polished, these troopers are now ready to hit South Carolina roads, and their timing couldn't be more crucial. As the state continues to battle a shortage of highway patrol officers, each new graduate is filling the gap that could mean the difference between life and death on our highways. Yes, that's right, guys. South Carolina is known for its blue laws, laws that restrict certain activities on Sunday, many of them tied to culture or religion traditions. Among the most restrictive in the country, in fact, these laws make it illegal for liquor stores to be open on Sunday. As of now, Mahdi's fate is in the hand of Governor McMaster. If the clemency request is denied, Mahdi will be executed by firing squad in a highly anticipated and controversial event that has drawn widespread attention. For Carolina News, I'm Jasmine Creech. Accidents happening so often in this area, officials say several factors are at play here. Heavy traffic, high speeds, and distracting driving all contribute to the problem. As well, many drivers fail to yield to pedestrians, run red lights, or speed through intersections. The virus is a mosquito-borne disease that can cause severe illness in animals and humans. It's important to prevent mosquitoes from spreading the virus, but the key to understanding the virus starts with birds. The Gamecock Pantry is a free resource available to any student who needs a little extra help making ends meet. Whether it's for the week or just to get through a tough month, the pantry makes sure no Gamecock has to go without groceries. From canned goods and snacks to household essentials, the Gamecock Pantry is stocked by donations and run by volunteers, showing what it truly means when we say Gamecocks helping Gamecocks.
A world of difference for a lot of people. I think it's kind of silly to expect to get people's best work when their basic needs aren't being met, and so I think this gives people a sense of security.
Balancing classes, extracurriculars, and finances can be hard. And for international students, the struggle doesn't stop there.
Our clients are international students, so they can't work. They're on student visas, and I think this gives them an opportunity to, have some peace about, I might be stressed with school, but at least I know I'm going to eat today.
For students like Yongsheng Lee, the pantry is able to offer some sort of relief.
So much free stuff, then I can cook by myself because eat outside is restaurants really really expensive. Yeah, there's some limitation. I can only work a week for 20 hours, but only on campus.
Here at the Gamecock Pantry, students are able to come in every month and get a variety of groceries that they may need. Every student gets 40 points at the beginning of every month. Each item in the pantry costs 1 point. So students are able to come and get bread, yogurt, green beans, and even sweet peas. The pantry currently gets donations from local grocery stores and from students who drop donations out front in their donation box at the Carolina Coliseum. For Carolina News, I'm Jasmine Creech. For 29 new members of South Carolina's Highway Patrol, today wasn't just the ending of training. It was the start of a career dedicated to service, safety, and sacrifice.
It's very intimidating. You've got to really want this. It is doable. It takes a lot of discipline, but it's a very rewarding job.
Class 128 spent 20 weeks mastering both the physical and mental challenges of the job, preparing for the life and death decisions troopers face every day. And the need for troopers couldn't be more urgent. South Carolina currently has only 750 active highway patrol officers, a sharp contrast to the 950 troopers state leaders say are needed to fully cover its highways.
If there aren't a lot of troopers, or if there aren't a lot of law enforcement officers in general, you may have larger or longer response times. That people will have to wait longer for the necessary aid that they have to have. They're citizens and we're public servants, so we want to get to those individuals as soon as possible.
To speed up deployment, the Highway Patrol shortened its training program from 22 weeks to 20, a change designed to fast-track recruits into the field while still holding them to national standards for performance and safety. But the challenges don't end after graduation. South Carolina continues to rank near the bottom nationally when it comes to law enforcement careers, ranked 40th in the nation for the best states to be a police officer based on pay, training resources, and working conditions. With their badges pinned and boots polished, these troopers are now ready to hit South Carolina roads, and their timing couldn't be more crucial. As the state continues to battle a shortage of highway patrol officers, each new graduate is filling the gap that could mean the difference between life and death on our highways. And while Class 128 represents progress, the South Carolina Highway Patrol says recruitment means an urgent priority as their state races to meet its goal of 950 troopers and ensure every mile of roadway is covered. For Carolina News and Reporter, I'm Jasmine Creech. That's right. I'm standing here outside of South Carolina's governor's office, where Mikel Mahdi's legal team is anxiously awaiting a final response on their clemency request. The state is set to carry out Mahdi's execution tonight at 6 p.m. using a firing squad method that has been used only once before in South Carolina in the past 5 weeks.
South Carolina has been on a killing spree. Mikel is a person who has worked long and hard to change his life. It would be no kind of justice to kill him today.
Mahdi, 42, has been on death row for nearly 20 years after being convicted of the brutal 2004 murder of Officer James Myers. Mahdi shot Myers multiple times before setting his body on fire in a shed behind Myers' home. Mahdi's legal team filed a last-minute appeal for clemency, arguing that Mahdi had suffered severe trauma during his childhood. Mahdi's legal defense team had this to say: "We are asking the courts to take a second look at the case because Mikel's trial lawyers told barely a fraction of his story before Mikel was sentenced to death." Despite these arguments, Governor Henry McMaster has yet to respond to the clemency request. Mahdi's final appearance for clemency is his last hope before the scheduled execution. Critics argue that it is a brutal and outdated form of capital punishment.
We see you, South Carolina Department of Corrections. We are not going to let this execution happen in silence.
As of now, Mahdi's fate is in the hand of Governor McMaster. If the clemency request is denied, Mahdi will be executed by firing squad in a highly anticipated and controversial event that has drawn widespread attention. For Carolina News, I'm Jasmine Creech.